What's up? I'm AJ, and welcome back to Gen Z Garage. In this video, we're going to discuss the idle air control valve component of the Fiero's computer control system. The IAC, as it's called for short, provides an adjustable air valve to bypass the throttle body that's exclusively controlled by the ECM. This serves two purposes: proper idle RPM and increased RPM during cold starts and operation to prevent stalling. In this video, we'll cover four main topics: how to diagnose idle air control valve problems, what to look for when buying an IAC valve, how to adjust and set your base idle, and how to reset the IAC valve. Number 1. How to diagnose idle air control valve problems. Generally speaking, symptoms of idle air control valve related problems often include stumbling, stalling, or hunting at idle. This can happen when the idle air control valve is unable to properly adjust and compensate airflow as a result of either an obstruction or dirty control valve. The first question that any troubleshooter should ask is, when did this problem start? Maybe you bought a Fiero like this. A hunting idle will often look and sound like this. This occurs because the pintle on the tip of the IAC valve makes premature contact with the back of the valve enclosure, causing the idle to drop too low, and thereby causing the IAC to quickly open back up to prevent the car from dying. It will continue to repeat this process, thinking the next time will be different. This can be caused by a clogged idle air control passage or a very dirty idle air control valve. This carbon buildup comes from the IAC valve's relatively close proximity to the EGR inlet in the throttle body. This is less common on the Iron Duke and far more common on the V6. If your IAC valve pintle looks like this, or the passage looks like this, it's necessary to clean this area with carburetor cleaner. It's advisable to also use a stiff bristled toothbrush to help clean out the passages and the IAC valve. Keep in mind, problems with the idle air control valve can be exacerbated if you have poorly functioning MAP sensor or oxygen sensor. Last but not least, a missing or improperly sized washer or an incorrect IAC valve from a different GM car can also cause this problem, as the ECM is very sensitive to anything not consistent with factory expected specifications. Next, you might be experiencing a consistently high idle that doesn't change between a cold start and a warmed up. As long as you can verify that you do not have any vacuum leaks, this can be caused by an idle air control valve that's stuck or simply no longer working. A working idle air control valve should be able to retract and extend manually by hand with little effort. If it requires unreasonable pressure or does not move at all, then the solenoid is likely stuck and should be replaced. And finally, you have a check engine light with a code 35. With a little exception, a code 35 almost assuredly means your idle air control valve has failed or is disconnected. If you verify that the IAC is properly connected and the harness is providing power, the service manual has a true/false workflow diagram to further diagnose related issues. Part 2. What to look for when buying a new IAC valve for the Fiero. There are a lot of part suppliers online that sell parts for the Fiero. Rock Auto can be a good place to make sure you're getting the correct idle air control valve, because you can see what you're buying before you actually do. Same with a local parts store. Both the Fiero V6 and Fiero L4 IACs are the same. They have the same part number and both work. As shown in the diagram, GM makes 3 different idle air control valves for different vehicle configurations. While all of these will technically fit the Fiero, like the one from a 400 TBI, only ones with the correct double angle pintle will work properly with the Fiero's ECM. Using the wrong IAC may get you down the road, but it will cause constant idle and hesitation issues. Number 3. How to adjust and set the base idle RPM. Believe it or not, the IAC valve is actually not configurable, despite numerous videos suggesting it is. The idle adjustment screw, however, is. The IAC, on the other hand, merely attempts to adjust the idle RPMs based on a series of set parameters or counts in the ECM. In rare circumstances, it may be necessary for you to adjust what is known as an idle stop screw on the throttle body in order to change the TBI's base idle. An example might be if you've increased the engine's displacement, swapped out to a higher RPM camshaft, or modified the throttle body. The idle screw is set to a default configuration at the factory and then encased behind a plug to prevent adjustment. On most 84 to 86 Fiero 300 TBI units, the idle screw is a type of small, thin freeze plug that's pressed into the hole. This can be popped out using a sharp instrument for leverage, or in some cases, the throttle body may be drilled from above to push it out. On the 400 TBI and some early 1984 Fieros, the plug is a thick dome-shaped plug that is pressed in with dog ears to keep it in place. In this configuration, the only way to access the screw is to drill into it from the center. It can be up to 1/8 of an inch thick. One slightly less, though accurate solution is to bend the throttle stop arm rather than the adjustment screw. This will have the same effect, but it's harder to make adjustments than with the screw. Assuming you have access to the screw and are making adjustments, you must first disable the IAC. This can be done by inserting a paperclip or ALDL tool to bridge the A and B terminals on the ALDL port. This ALDO port is conspicuously located behind the cigarette lighter bracket. In my case, I use Paul Romsky's ALDO paperclip adapter and merely switch it to diagnostic mode. With the ALDL now jumper to diagnostic mode, I turn the ignition key to the full on position, but do not start the car. You must wait at least 30 seconds, during which the IAC valve solenoid is extending to its maximum depth and retracting to its minimum, and will finally stop with the valve at the base idle location, which it expects would be 1000 RPM if the car was actually running. Once 30 seconds has passed, disconnect the IAC valve's connector from the TBI. Keep in mind, the key should still be in the on position, though the engine should not be running. With the IAC now disconnected, turn the car to the off position and remove the paperclip from the ALDL and take it out of diagnostic mode. You can now start the car with the IAC disconnected and the ALDL plug removed. Ideally, the idle should be acceptable. If it isn't, this is when you would begin making adjustments to the idle screw. The idle speed should be 950 RPMs for both automatic and manual transmission Fieros, though closer to 1000 is often more desirable for manual transmission cars. In drive with an automatic, idle should be closer to 750 RPMs and 950 in park or neutral. Plug the IAC connector back in and start the car. I have a nice smooth 950 RPM at idle. But we're not done yet. Part 4. How to reset an IAC valve after adjustment. Believe it or not, this is the easiest part of the process. To reset the IAC, you can either disconnect the Fiero's battery and wait 30 seconds, or you can take the car for a spin for 5 minutes above 30 miles an hour. I'm sure you guys know which one I'll take. Hopefully this video is helpful in ensuring your Fiero runs like new. Please like and subscribe, and if you have a moment, please head over to SEMA and support the SEMA Action Network. Remember, only you can make a difference in protecting our car hobby. Thank you for watching.